Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be working on my December Daily Day 3 story. So today's story is all about our letters to Santa. The foundation page here, I actually created back in November, and I do have a process video for all of it. So how I did the pocket here. I also have already read my letter. I'll read it again today just in case you have not seen the past foundation page video, but that will go straight into the pocket here. I also show how I made this Santa shaker pocket here, which all of the sequins are on one side. I need to like shake it over, but how I made the Santa shaker and put it on this bag. And then I have a couple of areas where I was going to put some photos and some journaling. So this one hopefully won't take too long today because it's just sticking some photos down and putting a number somewhere. I'm not sure what else I really need to do other than that. So I am going to go ahead, put you guys on fast forward and start working through these pages with you. And then once we are done with that, I will slow down, give you some closing remarks, and then I will read you my journaling, and I'm actually going to have my husband guest star and have Aaron read you his letter to Santa for our spread today as well. I want him to read it in his voice because it's super funny, and I think it would be better coming from him. So let's get to this. All right, so I'm going to get started here by taking everything out of my book so that I can set the whole binder to the side and not have to worry about it very much. Aaron wrote his own wish list that you can see there, his letter to Santa, just on a piece of like scrap paper. I offered to type it up for him, but he said to just leave it, that it was just his letter and his handwriting. And I was like, you know what, you're right. It would be nice to have your handwriting in here. So his letter is just on a piece of, postage paper or whatever, like a notepad that I keep on my desk, and that worked out totally fine. So I just shoved that down in the pocket, and now I want to work on this insert pocket that's going to hold the kids' letters to Santa, which you can see right there. So I cut off the top because they ended up being a little bit taller than the crease at the top, and I thought that would make it a little bit easier to get them out. Then I figured it was still too hard to pull them out and put them back into this little bag. So I grabbed over my 2-inch circle punch and I'm going to put a notch in at the top. That's going to make it much easier to put these envelopes in and out of that pocket there. The bag is pretty thin and flimsy, which isn't terrible because that doesn't, that cuts down on the bulk in the middle, but it does mean you have to be pretty gentle when you put things in and out of the pocket. So that does that. Now we are moving on to the back. For the back, I printed a 4x8 picture. Our elf, Mary, is the person or the thing that brought the letters that we could fill out and send to Santa. She brought them to us. That was her thing for today. And we filled them all out, and then she's going to take them with her to the North Pole tonight when the kids sleep. And so the letters won't be there tomorrow, if that makes sense. So now that I have that adhered to the back, I will add some embellishments to it. That's what I'm looking for right now, is just something that I can put there that is fun and brings a little bit of whimsy and breaks up some of the white space, because now we have a lot of brown and a lot of white on that side of the page. I will find this piece. This is from last year's kit. I can't remember if it was a Pink Fresh Studio kit. It might have been, but it says special delivery, no peeking. I thought that was really cute. I liked the play on the red. And then I'm also going to pull out some puffy stickers and decide to use one from my Kelly Perky black and white set, which had a Santa Claus with a mask on it. So I thought that would be kind of cute to put there since it is letters to Santa, and it's just a sign of the times. Like I'm probably, hopefully, not going to be using masked Santas next year, so I should probably get them in my album for this year. So that's eventually what I'm going to do, and then I remember that I need to put my number somewhere. So I will go into my stash to try and find a number to add to my page. I was also thinking about adding one of those puffy phrase stickers. If there was anything to do with Santa Claus, but there wasn't. So I put that back away, and this is where I'm like, yep, you know what, I'm just going to go with clustering those two up in the corner. So now I've got a pile of 3s that I pulled out of my number storage. Some of them I immediately know that I don't really want them. The gold one just seemed a little too yellow for this spread. I do really like there's a red one that I'm taking the like front peel off. So it's red with white around it. I really like the colors of that, but it was just a little bit too big. I didn't like how big it was on the Santa, and then it definitely wouldn't go where I ultimately put my number in the end. So some of the other pieces I have, this is the gold one where I'm like, yeah, definitely not. I have this one that's kind of an acetate transparency type 3. That came from a tag that was in one of the older Week in the Life kits. It was like the punched out part, and I just kept those parts to use for things like this. And then I've got this black and white polka dot 3 that was from a Felicity chain number set. I don't remember the name of it, but it was something to do with like birthdays, and there's a bunch of like cool colored and patterned numbers in there. And then I have one other wood veneer, very thin wood veneer 3. That one's from Colorcast Designs, which also that red with the white around it is Colorcast Designs as well. So now I'm debating between this thin wood veneer one and the transparency 3. I found a tiny phrase sticker that says Dear Santa. I like the idea of layering that on top of the 3, and this is kind of where I'm like, I actually really like the way that that looks. So I moved this over so I can see the scale on the picture itself. Ultimately, I decided that this 3 is the way I want to go. So I will grab my tiny attacher in order to staple this onto the photo. That way I don't have to add any adhesive or anything like that. And then I will layer that little tiny phrase sticker right on top of the 3, practically where the staple is at. But not because it needed to be covered up, just because I liked where that was on the 3. So that is going to pretty much finish up this photo. The only other thing that I will pull out are some of those puffy stickers from Future Craft from the what is it? Holiday Happiness? No. There's another one. Shoot, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, it's from one of the Future Craft kits, and it has a bunch of these like starbursty stars on them. I guess that's really descriptive there, starbursty star. Anyway, I picked one that was yellow and put that right above the tiny phrase sticker, just to give that like a cluster of 3 things that just felt a little bit better to me. I'm going to add the embellishments to the bottom corner of the elf photo now. And then I will also pick out another one of those puffy stickers to add here so that this is also a cluster of 3. And the thing that I like about it is that on the card, the Santa card up there, which I should mention that all of the cards and papers from this page that I'm working on today are all from the Holiday Happiness kit from Future Craft this year. It's one that was designed by Geraldine of In a Creative Bubble. So I'm going to add those little embellishments down there and then go and pick one more star. So the thing that I really like about adding the star there is that I've got a star now in the bottom left-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner of this double page spread, and then one in the middle where the Santa Claus is. So it gives it kind of that visual triangle, which works out really nicely. All right, so I think that pretty much finishes up this one for today. This came together really well. This little thing right here is super thick, but that's okay. It's just because I've got both of those letters in here, but that is what this whole thing was for, so I don't really mind that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and read you guys my journaling for this spread. If you are not interested in listening to the journaling, then, no hard feelings. And just make sure that if you enjoyed this video, you give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my future crafty videos. I will be back again tomorrow with day 4, so hopefully I will see you then. For those of you that do want to hear the journaling here, where I will start is with my letter to Santa. Now, this is a letter that I already read on my process video, but it never hurts to revisit it. So my journaling says, Dear Santa, as I'm sure you already know, Christmas this year is so strange. We are unable to do a lot of the things we normally would. and that could easily dampen our spirits, but we are not letting it. Every time I wish for the same thing from you, to help me show my children how to look for joy and to understand that there is magic in giving. This year is no different. I'm wishing for the same thing again, but with this year being so different, I'm hoping you can help me throw in a little more joy and magic in the season than normal. I wish for us to have a happy, healthy holiday and to keep the habit of looking for and creating joy at the forefront of our days. I hope you and Mrs. Claus are staying healthy. I'm so sorry we won't be able to come see you in person this year. I know you understand. Best of luck this year. You've made it through some pretty crazy things already, from having the holiday hijacked by a pumpkin king to a cold that almost caused a year without you. I know you will make it through this COVID Christmas too. XOXO, Crystal Idunyate. So that is my letter to Santa. Next, let me just tell you what I'm going to do with the kids' letters. So every year I keep the kids' letters and I put them in my album. For the sake of, their believing, I do let them know that these are copies of the letters, that their original real ones go to Santa Claus. So today we filled out our letters together. I had a printable that I purchased on Etsy. I will link it down below so you guys can get it if you don't already have a template to use. And it came with the letter to Santa, a sticker that you could put on the front of an envelope, and a letter from Santa as well, which will come at the end of the year or at the end of the season. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the envelope here. I can't do this yet because I need to go put it back up by our elf Mary so she can take it to Santa tonight. Anyway, so I am going to take this envelope. I'm going to cut off this top flap. I'm going to cut off this bottom flap here. Or I may just add, I don't really want to add any paper to this. So I'm just going to cut these pieces off, and then it will slip in like that. That way the adhesive doesn't stick too permanently. Here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to cut off this, and then I'm just going to adhere it down permanently on the bottom. So it'll be as if there's an open slit at the top of the envelope here. And that way we can get the letters in and out of their envelopes. So like here is Jonah's letter to Santa, which we filled out with him, and then he colored on top of it. So I guess you can still read it, so it's all good. But it's nice, that's like his handwriting as of right now. And then Izzy, for Izzy's letter, hers is a little bit thicker because she actually created some things to send with it to Santa this year. So I've got her letter, which she hand wrote this year. I put on our chalkboard in our school area the words that she wanted to write, and then she used that to write her wishes out here, which is super cute. I also want to point out that I am so proud of her for being honest and saying that she was a little naughty and a little nice. Like, way to go, girl, and not that it would be a lie, like she is nice, but I just think it's funny that she's like, well, I was a little bit naughty this year. It's very like, I don't want to say like self-aware, I guess. Then she created this little card that says to Santa from Izzy, and then she made, unfortunately her brother got a hold of this and scribbled on it, but she made this card for Santa that opens up and has a picture of her like giving hearts to Santa inside here, and she drew an awesome Santa, so that's really cute. And then another heart on the back with this like garland at the top. So this goes to Santa as well, and is definitely something that will be really fun to look back on someday when she's, at the age where she wants to revisit these things. So that is the kids' letters. I'm going to stick them back in here, and then what I'll do is I'll have Aaron step over here. I'm just going to cut this right now and then stick him in, and then I'll come back and finish it up. So he's going to come in and read his letter to you, and I'll have him do that right now.
Hey guys, welcome to Crystal's Crafty Space, where she does crafty stuff and I listen to her and take care of the kids. I'm going to read this letter. It says, Dear Santa, I already know that Crystal asked you to spread the magic of Christmas to my kids, and to teach them the joys of giving. Now that I know you've got that covered, I'll be selfish. As you know, I'm giving my Apple Watch to Crystal, because I got a new Samsung phone, leaving my wrist quite bare. I mean, it's not bare right now, but eventually it will be. That being said, you know what to do. Love, Aaron.
All right, you guys, so how funny was that, right? Yeah, hysterical. It was last night. I told him, I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor and just like write a letter to Santa? And he's like, what? You want me to write a letter to Santa? I haven't done that since I was a kid. And I was like, yes. And then he handed it to me and I read through it and I just died laughing. So I was like, you are reading this because that's hilarious. All right, so then, yes, we've got the backside here, Mary, our elf, who brought us the letters to fill out today, a picture of Izzy, and then the journaling right here just says, by the way, my journaling prompt for the wish list story was I wish. So I wanted to do some journaling using that, I wish. So I said, I wish for Christmas this year to be one of joy and peace. After a tumultuous year, we could all use a little break from the focus on the lack of normal and the loss of what life was supposed to look like this year. Instead, I wish for us to focus on the love we share and the memories, really good memories, we can make here within the walls of our home. I wish to feel more connected and to seek out opportunities for laughter and play and wonder. And that I actually wrote today. So the letter to Santa I wrote about a month ago. This I wrote today. And then that's going to be it for this one. I'm really happy with it. It's fun. It's bright and cheery. And we're going to get these letters sent off to Santa and see if he can make our wishes come true this year. I hope that you enjoyed this process video and the story associated to it. If you did, I would love a thumbs up down below. And again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos coming out this month. I am going to be back again tomorrow morning with my day, what number are we on? 4 story. Day 4 will be tomorrow, talking about our ornaments that we ordered this year. So until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye now.